Hey there, hey, good evening. Welcome everybody. It's Thursday night. Here we are back at RaceFace. You are watching the Custom Cut RT Solutions GT3 Championship, brought to you by RaceFace, Resource Complete and Statement Watches. My name's Alan Patterson, and we're getting into the second half of this championship. Tonight we are coming to you live from Belgium. We're at Zolder, and a very tricky little track here. I expect we're going to see a few close dices, a couple of incidents probably. It's always it happens at Zolder, but let's see how it goes tonight. I am alone again doing the coverage, but that's all good. I'm comfortable doing this. Steve Koenig, my other commentator, is driving in one of the other divisions, so good luck to him. And we're 21 minutes left of quali. Mr. Sherritt himself goes up to the top of the charts, a 127.5. However, Tariq Adam, Bruno Cadile, Ryan Ottens, Etienne Kleb, everyone's there. So it's pretty much the usual bunch that are going to be challenging. I quickly grabbed an image for everybody. Hey Rob, how's it on the YouTube? Llewellyn, good evening. Thanks for joining. So I thought I'll just put this online. This shows the current top 25 championship points, drivers, and this is after your worst drop round so far. So we have Jordan on 138, but Tariq Adam not that far back, 123. Junior McCall 118, tied with Luke Addison, 118, and then Daniel Rowe, Hybrid Academy, 116. So we only had 3 drivers in the hundreds last week, and we've got 5 already, so it is getting tight up at the top. Hybrid Academy featuring very much so up at the top. There's Keegan Masters as well in 7th. Morgan McCall, older brother of young Junior, he's in 13th. Bruno Cadile down in 17th for White Rabbit Racing. Christian Deploy, Kinetic Simworks Racing in 19th, and Christian is running very well all of a sudden. So watch that man this evening. He has got that Bentley seriously dialed in. Mark Antle down in 24th, Retro Slipstream for driving one of the BMWs. And yeah, so there we go. We're in Belgium, home of probably some of the best beers on the planet. Certainly the widest variety. If you haven't been there, it's definitely a bucket list. If you go to Belgium, go and drink beers, eat waffles, and go to Spa. In whichever order you want to do that. But one thing that I was hugely fascinated by was every single beer, if you go to a proper pub, every beer is given to you in its own specific type of a glass or a mug or a whatever you drink it out of, and they're all different. That was an eye-opener. I'm sure it's not like that in every pub, but the better pubs, they have a very specific glass, and that glass is what you drink that certain beer out of. Right, 18 minutes to go. Tariq Adam, 2.5 tenths off Sherritt. He runs a little wide there. Luke Addison, his teammate in the Aston. They're still separating or driving different cars, the McLaren and the Aston. Luke's obviously very comfortable in the Aston. He's currently 5.5 tenths back. Etienne Kleb up in 4th place, and Etienne Kleb he runs a little 6/10 back and doing very well at the moment. There is the man, Mr. Deploy, Christian Deploy. He's in 6th place, 7/10 back. And so what we have, the top 10 1 second apart. My buddy Paul Fenty in 10th place, and he's hoing millies with that Bentley, and we'll see how he does tonight, driving with a new set of CSP pedals, load cell pedals, and hopefully he'll get used to this very soon, and is going to get quicker and quicker. Right, Morgan McCall up to 9th place. Where's his younger brother? I don't see him yet. Oh, he's in the pits. He's chilling in the pits. So Junior McCall not out yet. He's there just relaxing. Daniel Rowe down in 23rd. He's just started a quick lap now, so we'll see how he gets along with this. Llewellyn. Yeah, so I went and had a look straight away after the race at the replay, and basically Tarek dropped 2 wheels off just after the I can't remember the curve now, just after the new international start finish line, that super fast right and left before you get into the kind of right left tight chicane. Excuse me for forgetting it all now, but he popped 2 tires off there, and it just threw the McLaren off into the barrier on the right hand side. He hit the barrier backwards at a huge speed, and it kind of seriously buckled the steering. It hurt the car, and his pace was finished. So yeah, it was all self-caused, strangely enough. And oh, see that Audi just do a wheelie over that chicane. Yeah, he was very upset about it, but it's racing. We shall see tonight. That second chicane is going to provide a lot of tricks. I'm sure we'll see a couple of guys coming off there. Right, Christian Deploy, up he goes into 3rd place. I watched him on the other league on Monday. Well, I also raced in that. We were in the wet at Zandvoort, and Christian Deploy gave a couple of people a driving lesson. So this man is certainly quick, and he's going places. Luke Addison in 4th place, doing extremely well in the Aston. Very comfortable in the car. Brian Lewis, our Audi driver, and he is here up in 5th. Etienne Kleb drops to 6th. Bruno Cadile is there in 7th. Sean Stradham in 8th. Paul Gerber up into 9th. And Mr. Christopher Radloff rounds out your top 10. Yeah, Llewellyn, I agree. I think he's going to push. He's obviously needing the points. If I just whip this back up again. Lying second on the log behind Jordan. 123, 138, and he was leading that race, so he would have taken a couple of points away from Jordan, and yeah, he threw a win away there, so he wasn't pleased about that. Morgan McCall, 13th place, 9/10 off. Still waiting for young Junior. He likes to leave it right until the very end. He is out. Here he is. We'll watch him as he pedals around this lap. Seem to be cutting that second left-hander quite a lot there, so you've got to watch out there for going off track. This track is extremely tricky. I seriously struggle with this. I find it very small and insignificant. However, we've just seen them race the DTM cars here, where Sheldon and Calvin did very well. Well, Calvin did, and yeah, they race here frequently. I just can't get my head around the track. Right, Junior comes over the line. And he pops up to 21st, so that's probably his first go at the laps. And I'm sure he'll get quicker. We have just under 13 minutes left. No change up at the shop end of the stick. Jordan Sherritt, his best lap is a 126.8. Nobody else is under 127s. You can see he's extended that gap out there, 6.5 tenths over Tariq Adam. Tariq, second quickest on the track. His best lap time a 127.5. Everyone else is slower than that. 127.6 for Christian Deploy. Christian Venter, 127.6. Luke Addison, 127.8. Brian Lewis, 127.8. Super close. I mean, super close. Etienne Kleb and Bruno Cadile have matching right down to the thousandths. 127.882. Their quickest laps. Identical lap times. Currently, it's Mercedes, Bentley, McLaren, Bentley, Aston Martin, Audi. The BMW of Mark Antel in 22nd. And where is my Porsche driver? Is he here tonight, or is he not made it tonight again? Maybe he's still going to join. Have to wait and see. Right, Morgan McCall straight up into third place. He's only 3.5 tenths off now. So he's picked up the pace and pushing good, solid lap times out. Tariq Adam in 4th. And Christian Venter in 5th place now. Almost 10 minutes left of quali. Check, 19 degrees C, so nice and cool. Late evening race here, currently 6:15, but the light, it does only, oh dear, that Ferrari's just off track there a little bit as people are trying to get out of the way of the faster drivers. There's Morgan going past his younger brother. And there's Junior up into 4th. So both of them 3rd and 4th place. 3.5 tenths and 5.5 tenths off Jordan's time. Sean Stradham down here in 11th. See him also ramping over that that curb, and he's comes out of that lap. Daniel Rowe, he's finally out. He's in 14th for Hybrid Academy, and about to start a quick lap. We'll go on board with Daniel. Right, Daniel through the final 2 corners, last of the 3 chicanes on this track. He goes from 15th to 15th. So no improvement there. See PWSR's commenting on the channel for young Byron. Must be Kieran out there. And he's shouting for our newest sign-up, Byron Kutzer, driving in the PWSR Aston Martin. Byron currently 25th. There's Mr. Antle. Nice chrome looking BMW M6. Currently 23rd. Daniel De Villiers in the Porsche. He's in the pits. And I have 34 drivers at the moment. Dwayne Hall. He's currently in 34th place. Sean Skittin is Ferrari. 33rd. Hannes van Wyk. Tina Nkubi in his Mercedes. Here he is, leaving the pit lane. Currently in 27th. So we're at 6 minutes. Just about to go sub 6 minutes of quali left. No real change up at the top. Sherritt from Deploy, from Morgan McCall, Junior McCall, and Tarek Adam. At your top 5, Brian Lewis, Christian Fenter, Luke Addison in 8th, Etienne Kleb 9th. Bruno Cadillo gets into 10th, and that's your top 10 at the moment. Christopher Radloff here in one of the Lexus, and he's going quicker. And there we have my teammate, Chris. How's it? Also shouting for young Byron. So getting support, and we'll hopefully see how he gets around here tonight. Daniel Rowe seriously struggling. I'm going to change the view to the HUD view, and straight away he's already in red figures. So that, yeah, okay, this is his outlap. So we'll come back and check on Daniel shortly. Mark Antel coming also through there in the background in the BMW, I can see. Johan Bego Krobler is here tonight. He was off for 2 weeks with this infamous disease that's hovering over everyone's heads, but he seems to be recuperating. He's recovering. He's in the rig and driving, and currently 1.5 seconds back. He's in 27th place. He starts another lap and runs a little bit wide there and puts that one out. So with 4 minutes left, Sherritt out and starting a new lap. Let's see who else might be on a quick lap. Here's Christian Deploy in his big Bentley, and he's literally into the barriers. Morgan McCall, 1.5 tenths down as he goes through the first sector. Guys are pushing to try and make up the time here. Junior McCall, 3 tenths down. Tarek Adam, 3 tenths down. And there's young Keegan Sanderson. He's also one of our new youngsters, driving for PWSR and on Xbox. Luke Addison is up as he hammers over those curbs in the second chicane. He's throwing a little bit of time away as he runs through sector 2 into the third chicane. tricky chicane, but he gains back a bit of time and then loses a lot of time. Drop back to Daniel Rowe. He should have started his lap now. And he's still swerving around the track. So Daniel clearly struggling here tonight, and sitting down in 17th. I guess there's a good chance he might be also carrying a bit of ballast, I think. Let me go and check on that quickly as he starts a lap. You can watch his delta and see if he hangs on there. Now the point system, I can't see if anyone's carrying ballast or not. But here we can see Daniel just slightly up on his delta, heading towards the first chicane. On the little back straight here. And the boss is here tonight. Bertus Hugo is online. Glad to have you here, and hope you enjoy the live stream. And by the way, you're all watching the Custom Cut IT Solutions GT3 Championship. We've just gone into the second half of this championship. Still 3 more rounds, I think. And this also brought to you by RaceFace, Statement Watches and Resource Complete. And there we go. Old Daniel Rowe's gone out of bounds again, unfortunately. So I think we're going to see Daniel struggling tonight. Luke Addison at the moment, he is in 8th. And we down to sub 60 seconds of quali left. Sherritt, deploy, McCall, Adam. Top 5, no changes. Sean Stradham hammers over those curbs, and he's currently 2/10 up as he goes into the second sector. Sean, part of Logistical Nightmare Racing, and he's still up as he goes through that difficult second chicane. Pretty much now on his delta, on the bubble. Starts the third sector now. Right, qualifying's done. So as they come over the line now, this is going to be the end of their laps. Yes, he is. Sean is still up here, so he's in 9th place currently. 127.726. Let's see what happens here. No, he stays there. It's not quick enough. 127.762 that lap. Brian Lewis, he's still out on a lap. Awesome chrome green livery of Brian Lewis's Audi. He is 2/10 down. I'm going to Bruno Cadilli. He is up. So Bruno Cadilli through the final 2 corners. He is 3/10 up here. Bruno Cadilli in 12th. Let's see where this lifts him up to. He goes from 12th to 7th. Right on the last lap. He goes 5 positions up to 7th. Anyone else still out? Nope. People just ending off their lap. So there we go. That is your quali over. At Zolder, Sherritt at the top. Junior McCall goes into 2nd. We missed that. Christian Deploy down to 3rd. Morgan in 4th. And Tariq Adam in 5th. So we're going to, I'm going to take you for a quick ad break, and we will be back here shortly. Don't go anywhere.
They tryna at me, I'm running the race. I gotta pick up the pace. They throwing shade, but I'm gone.
We are on the grid. See if I can just get into a car and go for a oh dear. So second place, Christian Deploy is not here by the looks of things, or somebody's missing. We'll have to see who's starting in the pits there. So Sherritt was supposed to be Christian Deploy on my timing screens in second place. Have to see. ATK Academy cars. We have the nice chrome Audi, Brian Lewis. Bruno Cadile for White Rabbit next to him here in the McLaren. Christian Fenton is Bentley. Luke Addison in the Aston Martin. Lots of Aston Martins. And we get further down the grid. Another McLaren. Here's the Bentley of Mr. Fenter. Another McLaren, the BMW of Mark Antel. PWSR cars looking amazing as usual. LNR. PWSR Aston Martin. Some more BWR cars. Tina and Kobe in his Mercedes. The Porsche right down here at the back. Oh, he's here at the back of the grid. What is going on here? Not too sure what he's doing there. Okay. Let's go back to normal camera view. They're going to start their warm-up lap. And we shall see what happens. Now, Robert on the YouTube saying, Junior, oh, he disconnected. That's why he's back there. Oh, heck. Well, it's going to be huge entertainment for us on the stream, watching the youngster drive through the field. So let's see what happens. JC Crobler's out there. Good evening. Ashley Breadroll shouting for Wilson. Mr. Richard Herring, how are you, sir? Jordan leads them away. And this is pretty much where everyone's nerves start going through the roof. Heartbeats start picking up. I'm convinced I stopped breathing for a whole period of time at this point. Nerves are shattered. So, a bit of promotion for a couple of drivers. I'm not too sure. We'll see if they bump everybody up into that vacant spot when they come around to settle in double file. Bruno Cadile in 6th place in the McLaren. Luke Addison next to him, or just behind him at least, with Christian Venter. Sean Stradham 9th, and rounding out top 10, it's Ryan Ottens. Daniel Rowe could only get 16th place, so I've got to assume he's carrying some ballast. I can't see it on the Discord channels who's got ballast tonight and who's not, but I think that's my assumption. Awesome evening here in Belgium. 7:05 in the evening. Sun goes down very late here. And Deadman Racing Team on the YouTube channel shouting for Anthony Wilson. I think Anthony's in one of the other divisions. Right, here we go. Everybody's getting into double file. And they're off. Green flag, green light. Here we go. First corner. Going to drop back a bit and try and watch what happens through here. Oh, that's nice. Clean racing by everybody. Good gaps. Good awareness. Through T1 into T2, double right-hander, and off we go. The race is on. It's all going on here with Christian Deploy and Morgan McCall. They come hammering down the little back straight. Morgan running a little defensive up the middle of the track. Christian waiting, biding his time. Oh, it's chaos going through that chicane. People are in the sand traps. This should give us a huge dice to watch this evening. One of a bunch, I'm sure. Further back, another whole lot of traffic coming through. We'll catch up with everybody. We just want to watch the leaders for the first lap. And Sherritt's up and running. Sherritt, McCall, Morgan McCall, Deploy, Tariq Adam in 4th, Bruno Kadile in 5th. Hard braking through the final left and right, last chicane. And there we go, over the start-finish line. First lap done and dusted. Johan Bega Krobler for Hybrid Academy in 10th place. And he's looking at Mr. Paul Gerber. It's a whole train of cars here. Daniel Rowe in 15th, so he's made up a position on the start. I think pretty much okay start. There was a bit of contact here and there. I saw some cars out on the in the kitty litter, but I think everyone's pretty much okay and going in the right direction. So Junior McCall is in 27th. He's right here in the thick of things. There he is there. He's just behind Tina and Kobe. So up from right at the back of the grid to 27th. That's already a good couple of positions. Here we see Byron Kutzer coming up the inside for PWSR. Hard on the brakes. Up the inside of Tina and Kobe's Mercedes. And there's a position change done. And Junior looks like he's going to follow. Tina needs to defend his positions a bit better. They're side by side. He is actually defending. Oh, I saw somebody peel off into the pits there. So somebody taking a very early pit stop here. Oh, there's cars sideways in the background there. That McLaren. Right. They're up and going. Let's go and catch up and see what's going on here. Christian Deploy again. 4/10 off the back of Morgan McCall. They're settling down and we're in for a good scrap. The Custom Cut RT Solutions GT3 Championship here. And close racing already. But Sherritt's trying to make hay while it lasts. He's up and running. 2 seconds up the road. And Deploy closing in on the back of Morgan McCall. Morgan having to run defensive pretty much everywhere at the moment. Christian getting a little bit of a problem there with the through the second chicane with the Bentley, so he's dropped off the pace a little bit. Luke Addison, let me take us back here. He has just, I think I just saw him go past Mr. Lewis. So he is chasing Bruno Kadile. This is a good dust to watch. We've got Kadile, Edison, Lewis, Ottens, Gerber, and Bega Grobler. And everyone's keen to make positions up here. So let's hang around here and see what happens. Rob, thank you. Daniel is carrying ballast, so he's carrying 30 kilos. Thanks for clearing that up. Yeah, Bert is talking also about Christian Deploy. He is on fire. Monday night on at the other league, he gave everyone a driving lesson there. So I am specifically going to be watching him. As we see Lewis closing in on Ottens. No, sorry, Lewis closing in on Edison. However, Luke Addison is also looking at Bruno Cadilli up ahead. So I'm going to keep my eyes closely fixated on these deltas, and I will try and change as quickly as I can. 18th place, Heinrich de Vet. Oh, in the background there's an Aston going round. Behind here, I missed it. There was somebody in a green Aston that was getting turned round there. I didn't see who that was, but could have been Michael van Rooyen. It was. Here he is. Where Michael van Rooyen got turned round at that chicane, so he's dropped literally all the way to the back of the grid. So missed that. Junior McCall in 24th, and he has finally arrived on the back of Tina and Kobe's Mercedes. So Junior still marching his way upwards from the last place. Bertus Janssen van Rensburg in 19th place here in the McLaren, and he's looking at the back of Heinrich de Vet. And Heinrich de Vet in turn is looking at the back of Derek Peters in the BW Black Widow Racing Mercedes. Oh, here comes a cent and a half. That Audi trying to go up the inside of Van Rensburg. That's Krailing in the Audi. And just behind him, we've got Byron Kutzer for PWSR biding his time and waiting for something to happen. But also taking positions hand over fist. Right, going up here to the front, Tariq Adam in 4th place. And where is Bruno Cadilli? Is he that far back? He is. So, might have had a problem somewhere. Christian Deploy, he is still here and harassing young Morgan McCall. I think he's just having a breather, and then he's going to close in and have another go at it. Oh, Brian Lewis, they're next to each other. Oh, there's a huge train of cars here behind Ryan Ottens. He's, everyone's looking, everyone's sticking their nose out to see what's going on up ahead. Oh, and Lewis wheelies the Audi through that second chicane. Sean Stradham just a little bit further back, looking at the back of Etienne Kleb, Aston Martin. And Etienne Kleb planning on a move on Paul Gerber just ahead of him. So, yeah, we're looking. Etienne Kleb's having a look, trying to pull a fast bluff there on Gerber. Pulls back in line through the final chicane and onto the start-finish line. And over we go for another lap. Mark Antel and Paul Fenter here. Paul Fenter in the Bentley with Mark in the BMW all over him. I think they were next to each other. Yeah, Paul in fact just took this position, so now Mark Antel trying to come back at him. Paul feeling the need to run defensive up the middle of the track, and through that chicane they go. So there's a position change done. Right, back up to the front. Here's Christian Duploy again, closing in on the back of Morgan McCall. Sorry, Wim. Yeah, Morgan positioning that Mercedes exactly where it needs to be, taking his standard racing line, and I think Christian Duploy is just following him around for now, possibly just running in the draft and maybe saving a bit of fuel. He's not in attack mode right now, but he's there or thereabouts, and should Morgan make a little itsy bitsy with little mistake, Duploy's gonna take full advantage through the chicane. Everything looks good. This chicane's either makes or breaks your lap. You can either make up a lot of time or you can throw away a lot of time there. They both go through the quick. We'll go on board here quickly and watch from Christian Duploy's view. See how steady and stable the big Bentley is around here. And there, look, Morgan's running defensive again. Goes up the inside into the final chicane. Now moves across into his braking zone as he's entitled to. Takes the left-right, and here they go for another lap. They're starting lap 8. I think Christian's trying to mess around with Morgan's head a little bit, but I think he's got a wise head on those shoulders, and he knows exactly what Christian's trying to do. Christian gets a good drive here, and he's right under the wing. He has a look into the chicane. He falls back in line. There's only one line through there, otherwise there's just an accident going to happen. Up over the brow and round the this long left-hander into the next chicane, and again straight line through here. That cone has been a long time removed. Hard braking for the hairpin, and on their way back towards the start-finish line straight. Morgan looking good here. Let's see what else is happening. Johan Bago is in 10th place. Pretty much all on his own here at the moment. Junior McCall, however, is not. He's in 20th, and here he is. Junior McCall, he's gone past Kruger and Byron Kutzer. So Junior marching 20th place. He started 32nd, so the kid is hammering his way through the field. Only question you need to ask yourself is, how big is this hammer? His last lap, as a matter of fact, a 128 point, I beg yours, a 130.675. The leaders are doing 128 and 127 sixes, 128 twos. So Junior's still stuck in traffic here, and that's obviously getting by the slow markers, the midfielders. But he is going forward nonetheless. Let's see where's a close dice on the track at the moment. Looking down at the bottom, here's PWSR. Sorry. Oh, and this McLaren's all over the track. That was Mr. Dwayne Hall, I believe. Manages to gather it up and comes through the next chicane. Ryan Barrington Smith is there, but Hannes van Wyk, Black Widow Racing, Aston Martin. Oh, that was Tina and Kobe. So just going forward quickly. Tina and Kobe under a bunch of pressure here. And this is King and Fenter chasing. 23rd, 24th, 25th place. As we see them start another lap. They're all starting lap 10. Eric Peters in the pits. Daniel De Villiers. He's a little bit further ways back in his Porsche, but he is still running. Right, Mr. Gerber, Paul Gerber in 14th place. And there's a train of cars coming through the chicane. Paul Gerber looking at Mr. Radloff up ahead of him. Thinking about a move up the inside there. He's also got Mark Antel here in the BMW. Hey Tozy on the YouTube saying Junior so far driver of the day in my opinion. Yep, look, we're going to see how far up the grid he goes. He had a disconnect unfortunately just before they went to the grid, so, and he was second. So he went from second to 32nd and he is now 19th with just on an hour to go. It's going to be interesting to see where the young man finishes. Right, going up ahead to Mr. Brian Lewis in 7th place. And he is looking at the back of Luke Addison, who in turn is looking at the back of Bruno Cadile. So, races to be had and positions to be had all the way up and down the grid. Oh, going to Christian Deploy in 3rd place. Again, he's 3/10. Oh, he's 1/10. It's closed in on the back of Morgan. Again, I think it just depends on where they are on the track. Concertini effect. That Bentley goes over a curb and goes, doesn't even worry about it. Oh, and I read some good news today on social media. Well, early on this week. We will officially see one of these cars, the Bentley Continental GT3, in our South African GT3 Endurance Series. I can't tell you who has campaigned the car, but there are 2 new cars. There's an Audi R8 and a new Bentley to join the mega fleet of Ferraris, the McLarens, and the Lamborghini Huracans that we already have. So our GT3 field is growing, and we should also see all of those cars join a couple of the GT3s that should come over for the Intercontinental Series towards the end of the year up at Kyalami. So it can only bode well and help for our local series to start growing. It's very new. It only got going, I think, towards the end of last year, whereas a lot of the other countries, Australia, etc., they've been running the GT3 series for 5-10 years. So it's great that we finally have them running here in South Africa, and we are getting more manufacturers in the series. Christian Deploy close. Morgan McCall doing a great job. Then have a look further back down the grid again. Junior McCall, he's in 19th. Let's let in the cameraman catch up. Here he is, and he's now arriving on the back of Mr. Kralin in his Audi. This gap now sub 1 second. So Junior going to look at trying to get past Johannes Kralin on this lap. There I see one of the Aston Martins in the pits. We have Michael van Rooyen and Derek Peters in the pits at the moment, down in 32nd position. Oh, and that Aston. Oh, and we've got a contact there. Somebody running wide. There was some contact happening. Unfortunately, this timing screen's going to take a while to get fixed. But I think that could have been Mr. Bertus Jans. No, it wasn't him. I'm not too sure who that was that got turned around, but Kruger. Brandon Kruger. I think it was him who had the problem. Right, just under an hour to go. Jordan Sherritt pretty much driving around on a Thursday night here at Zolder in Belgium. He is 7.5 seconds up the road from Morgan, who is still just managing his position ahead of Christian Deploy. Jordan's last lap a 128.0 and his best a 127.6. Tarek Adam all on his own here in 4th place. You can't see another car in the distance. He is 11 seconds up the road from Bruno Cadile. But Christian Deploy is right here. I think Christian is he's just basically pacing around with Morgan. But this man has found a bunch of time lately, and all of a sudden he is super quick. So he's clearly very comfortable in the big Bentley. Zandvoort on Monday night, it was wet, and he literally drove rings around the field. Morgan running a little wide on the exit from T2 there, but holding on to it, and both of them come through onto the little back straight here. And Christian doesn't seem to be pushing hard enough to the point where he's trying to overtake. So that tells me he's just pacing at the moment, although he's very close here. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. He was super close there. He got a good drive out of the second chicane and over the small hill. And actually went up the outside of Morgan into the second chicane, but thought better of it. And so is backed off, and they carry on to fight another lap. Mr. Brian Lewis here, he has now arrived on the back of Bruno Cadile in the McLaren, as you can see. So this race is hotting up, and he's bringing Ryan Ottens with him and Sean Stradham. So there are 4 cars all within a second of each other just behind Brian Lewis, as you can see. So Bruno Cadile under a whole bit of pressure here. Oh, here's a little have a look. Here's a little have a look. Not close enough, but he is trying to distract Bruno Cadile. Etienne Kleb in the pits, but behind him, Paul Venter, Vermeulen and Venter, the two teamies here, Going Millies, the LNR cars. And Venter is ahead of the Vermeulen car. Behind them, he has Skrailing in the Audi, and he has McCall all over him. McCall Jr. now already in 15th. He was in 19th just now. So Junior's march up the grid just carries on happening. And I have to agree, this is going to be the drive of the day. Go in car here with Junior for a lap, and it's not long and he's going to have a move done on Mr. Krailing here in the Audi. He licked it, he stamped it, and he sent it. So 14th place, and up ahead he's looking at Krailing and Vermeulen, I beg your pardon, Vermeulen and Venter. So the teamies are busy having a little race with each other, and they're not going to take too much notice of this Mercedes ATK Academy car just silently arriving up here. I think it's going to be into the hairpin, if you ask me. It's going to get so much pace out of these last two corners, and he's going to do a send up the inside into the hairpin. Vermeulen has now seen him in the mirrors. Oh, he's not. He's holding on. So they run through the hairpin and they head up towards the final chicane. Realistically, where do we see young Junior ending up? Easily into the top 10, I'd say. It'll start getting a little bit tougher when he gets to the Ottens-Lewis positions. There we see the Bentley running defensive and Junior having to look for an alternative way round. So Vermeulen now trying to defend his position, and there's a slow marker just come out the pits. That's thrown a curveball. Junior's now boxed in. The Aston runs wide and Junior's going up the inside. He's past that. Yep, he's gone past the Bentley. Another position done. And that's 13th place. Oh, two abreast into that chicane. Oh, my word. I don't know how that Aston never hit him. Gee, that was close. It's a terrible camera angle. I'm going to try another camera angle for the next lap. It will... We'll carry on watching here because this is highly entertaining. Bega Krobler quickly I'm going to jump to. And he is all over the back of Sean Stradham right now. Starting lap 19. 51 minutes left of this race, so still a long ways to go. Go back to Junior. Here he is. He's already making putting a gap, and Paul Gerber goes into the pits. So he now needs to close down a 2.5 second gap to Mr. Paul Venter up ahead of him. And we've got Gerber and Kubi and Kruger in the pits. So guys are pitting. That's 12th place, Bentley just ahead of young Junior. Pretty brutal line through that chicane, but clearly the Mercedes can deal with it. Now, the thing that fascinates me about this kid is he's a 12, 13-year-old youngster, and he's like a metronome. He can lap after lap for an hour or an hour and a half and put in, within a couple of tenths, identical lap times. So his consistency is incredible. And he frequently gives his older brother a little bit of a hiding. But they're both very quick. Speaking of which, as you can see on the timing table, top Sherrod 20 laps. And Morgan Nicole still holding off Christian Duploy. He's 3/10 back. Tariq Adam all on his own, 8.5 seconds back. Sherrod's lead out to 10 seconds now. And then Luke Addison doing well in 5th place. He's 14 seconds off the back of Tariq. So that's your top 5. And then we have Lewis and Kadile. So Lewis has gone past Bruno Kadile. That's a position change, 6th and 7th. Let's see what's going on here just behind. It's Mr. Kralin in his Audi, and he's also looking now to make up positions. And Mr. Deploy goes into the pits from 3rd place. So this is a early pit stop. Now we're going to see if he's plotting on undercutting Morgan McCall, who he was pretty much behind for the whole race. So Morgan McCall's on his way. Now you can see him going down the back straight towards the first chicane. Morgan's now got to put in super laps now. Lewis arriving on the rear of Mr. Luke Addison. He has closed up here. Right, Mr. Deploy's out the pits. You can see the green box next to his name falling down the grid, but the timing screen will eventually settle. That looks like 16th. Now we'll keep our eyes peeled and see who goes into the pits next. Bruno looking. Brian. All of these guys need to pit. Alright, so the timing screen settles down. Deploy 19th. So that's how far down he's fallen from the pit stop. And we'll wait for the first of any of the top 5 guys to pit and see where they come out. Lewis super quick with the little Audi around here, and all over the back of Addison's Aston Martin. I think Luke's struggling on this track a little bit in comparison to his pace at some of the other tracks, but still putting on a great showing. Luke and Tariq, oh, very close there. Luke and Tariq recently joined GTWR, the international Italian-based sim racing team. Oh, and Brian sends it. That's from far back. I think Luke lifted just to let him go because he knows he's not at the same pace. So Brian Lewis goes up into 4th. And Sean Stratham in the pits. Junior McCall is now in 11th place. He is finally getting to the back of Paul Venter. Okay, up to 10th. Obviously, guys going in the pits. That's where the positions are changing. So we shall have a very close look when Morgan pits, because that was the dice we're following with Christian Deploy just now. 45, just under 45 minutes to go. Venter is driving the wheels off that Bentley, and Junior is right here. Very quick ATK Academy drivers. Oh, there's some more guys coming to the pits. You see Audi up ahead. Oh, it was a Lexus. That's Radloff. So Mr. Radloff peels in from 9th or 8th place. Oh, and Van Wyk gets a drive through. So that'll be for one too many chopping over the chicanes, I'd say. Off-track excursions. So he's going to have to do a full drive through. Right, McCall working the plan out. Venter running defensive towards the inside apex. McCall goes round the outside, and Venter goes, you know what, I can't keep up, you carry on, and lets him go through. So McCall into the top 10, starting from, where were we? 33rd, 32nd, and he's 9th. That's a heck of a drive. What else is going on at the moment? Daniel Rowe, we haven't seen or heard much about him. Timing screen could just back up, please. Right, there we go. 17th place. And carrying 30 kilos of ballast. Daniel's right behind Mr. Hall. Ryan Otten's in the pits. Up ahead. So... and that's also then why we saw Daniel a little bit off pace in the beginning of the round in qualifying. He was carrying some extra ballast, so that didn't help him much. Aston kindly moves over, and the quicker cars come through. Ryan Otten's in pit. Oh, and he's turned the car around. I didn't see that actually. It's he's heading shortcut to the pits. I'm gonna go and hopefully, I think we got that on replay. Oh, hopefully he didn't speed into the pits. Let's go and see if replay caught this. Yeah, I was looking at the timing screen, so I missed this. Oh, that Aston. Oh dear. Oh well, I don't blame him for heading for the pits. My man Byron Kutzer struggling here down in 32nd, although he has pitted, but he's a long ways back and got a lot of cars to get past. Right, 41 minutes to go, and Jordan Sherritt is now arriving on traffic and passing. So he is 10.5 seconds up the road from Morgan McCall. Morgan now free to drive at his own pace without the pressures of Christian. But they're going to have to pit soon, and we shall see what transpires. Christian Deploy in 11th, so he's pushing hard. Find him on the timing screen. There he is. His last lap a 1:28.8. Morgan's last lap a 1:28.7. So pretty much pacing same lap times as Morgan up ahead. Going to be interesting to see the top 10 once they've done their pit stops. Christian Deploy hammering over those curves. He literally can straight line them. Okay, the car jumps around, but it deals with it. So he's trying to put in the quickest laps he can. Up ahead is Vermeulen, also in a Bentley that he is closing in on. Peter Oosthuizen in his McLaren looking at Ryan Barrington-Smith here for 11th and 12th. This gap quite close. Right, Daniel in and out of the pits. Also going to have to do a good bit of driving after that unfortunate turnaround. So now it's all about damage limitation for him. See the McLaren still a little bit scuffed on the side. So Daniel didn't do any bodywork repair. That collision obviously didn't generate that amount of time. But it certainly made sense for him to go straight into the pits because he was there, and that was the least amount of lost time for him. So some clever thinking there. E. Kruger, Brandon just up ahead on the back of Tino Nkubi. And Tino Nkubi looking at Paul. Is it Paul Gerber? It is. Oh, Mark Antel gets the drive through in the BM. The guys are obviously abusing that second chicane a little bit too much. And you do that 4 times, that's it. You're going to get a drive-through. Oh, and right up the inside of Tino, manages to hang on to that and gets another one. So that was a little bit naughty, I think. And Etienne Kleb also now drives through. So Mr. Kruger, that's not how you overtake. Jacques Vermeulen in the pits, so he is now pitted. And Morgan McCall, oh my word, he's got a stop go 30. So Morgan McCall didn't stop in time coming into the pits. And he has, he obviously ran too quick, went past the line, or he came off his jacks and disengaged the pit limiter. So the competition between him and Christian Deploy is not going to happen. Christian is already ahead of him, as we see on the track. That was very bad luck for Morgan McCall. So that's guys for second and third place out the window now. So Mr. Lewis comes into the pits from third place. And Junior McCall comes in. Break now. You can see here's the line. It's very early, and I think this is possibly Morgan went in too quick. So Junior McCall in and through. He's getting his pit stop done. I think Junior is in fact now going to... He has gone past Morgan. I think my own teammates know how anti I am any of them getting drive-throughs or stop-go 30s. It is inexcusable to speed in the pit lane when you have a button. All you got to do is put it in first gear and press the button. End of story. And Morgan's stopping now. You're not allowed to stop on a stop-go. Oh, you must stop. That's right. Okay, it's not a drive-through. Cool. Here comes Junior. There's a little beep at his big brother as he goes past. Let's see if Junior gets out the other end. He doesn't disengage his pit limiter too early. You don't want to see an SG30 next to his name. Good man. Out he comes, all clear. So he is pitted and currently sitting net 10th with a bunch of cars up ahead of him still to pit. This is an extraordinary drive from Junior. Bertus agreed. Still a very good undercut. It was the right thing to do for Christian. And he's our lead at the moment. Going to be interesting to see the gap between him and Sherritt, because when Sherritt pits, he was approximately 7 to 8 seconds off the back of Jordan Sherritt. So if Jordan's having a rough time through some traffic, the gap might close up between him and Deploy for first place. Peter Westhuizen again closing in or looking at the back of Ryan Barrington Smith. 6 tenths, 8 tenths every lap. Vega Krobler, hey, he's got some action going on as he arrives on the back of Mr. Fenter's Bentley, who hammers over those curbs and has got a very poor drive, and Vega is going to go right up the inside. So this is happening. Paul Fenter running defensive into T1. Vega is going to have to lift. Follow him, does the undercut, and that is how you overtake cars. Very good positioning of the car, very good awareness of what's going to happen, and thank you very much. I'll take 11th place and carry on. Good driving there, Mr. Vega Krobler. Okay, after his dramas, Morgan is down in 22nd, so he has the pace to pass a good bunch of cars up ahead of him. Let's see what his drive back's going to be like from 22nd with just over half an hour of racing left. Up ahead of him, Brandon Kruger here having a huge race with Gerber. They come into that chicane and hammer over that chicane. And just there up ahead of them, you can see it's the McLaren of Bruno Cadile. White Rabbit racing car, and I think Bruno's... Oh, Jordan's in the pits. Let's just wake up here. Right, Jordan hits the pit. He has stopped. So let's go and see where Christian is. He's coming through second chicane. So he's just about to start the third sector. And Sherritt's come to a standstill while he gets the tires changed and fuel. The Bentley spitting flames, the big V8. Sherritt leaving already. Oh my word, he's out. So that gap is still large. Oh, he comes out right there in front of, I think it's Junior. Or is it Morgan? So Jordan pits and comes out still in first place. And Tarek Adam inherits first place at the moment, but still has yet to pit. Christian Deploy, I'm just waiting for a gap on the delta on the track. And there's a whole lot of traffic here ahead of Sherritt. So that gap, 21.6 seconds between Sherritt and Deploy. So, sure. Jordan driving. Tarek Adam comes into the pits. Ryan Ottens, I think Junior's just gone past him, or is close. But yep, that is Morgan McCall that's circulating now just behind Jordan Sherritt. So he has gone a lap down. Oh, Brian Lewis again. Look at this. He's licking it and sending it into the chicane. He's run far too deep. He's not going to make that corner, and the Bentley comes back and goes past. The right thing to do. That was far too quick. He outbraked himself, but entertaining to watch. Looks like he's going to try again into the hairpin, and he doesn't. He falls back in line. So Brian Lewis pedaling hard to make up positions. Luke Addison currently in the lead with Bruno Cadilli in second place. Just under 30 minutes to go, and both of them still got to get the pit stops done. A reminder, you are watching the Custom Cut RT Solutions GT3 Championship, brought to you by RaceFace, Statement Watches and Resource Complete. Anybody out there looking for an RT solution, Custom Cut RT Solutions will assist. They do everything from retail sales, project planning, solutions, software support. They have a whole basket of goodies, and your RT go-to company right now. Lewis is right under the wing of the Bentley. The Bentley's running defensive. Hard on the brakes for the hairpin, and behind them here comes Bego Krobler. Now Lewis is trying to do the flip-flop. He's now next to him, so Fenter's got the line into the final chicane. Lewis is going to have to follow him through, but he'll have a better line because this is going to hurt Fenter coming out of the chicane. Good racing here by all three drivers. Oh, what is this? 3 abreast? Oh, don't do that. Oh, Lewis trying to send it up the inside. Fenter saw that coming and just held on to his position. And Bego Krobler watching this lot going, In fact, here comes Johan Bego Krobler to look at 10th place. They decide all to settle down and calm down and try and make a plan at the next good overtaking position. Right, another interesting thing. Tariq Adam here. Tariq Adam is 8/10 off the back of Christian Deploy. So this has been a net win for Tariq Adam, because Christian Deploy was ways up the road and Tariq was a good 10 or 12 seconds off the back of this dice, and all of a sudden he's right here. I am seeing PWSR messages here, which means Byron's unfortunately disconnected for the evening. Bad luck there, young man. Okay, Mr. Oosthuizen's in the pits from 8th. So Tariq looking to make some gains here and hang on to the back of Christian Deploy. This is the essential first, second and third place positions. Share it leading. Deploy's right here, and Tariq Adam in third place now. Oosthuizen in the pits for I don't actually understand why. And then for Vermeulen. So Junior McCall in 13th place and driving. Sean Straden following him. So where is oh, there he is. Luke Addison is still up in the sharp end of the stick. He hasn't pitted yet. So we wait for Luke Addison and Bruno to pit and then come out and see where they are in relation to these guys. Ah, there's Ken. Been wondering where you were, sir. Yeah, some clever strategy going on here for Tariq. And this has definitely helped him close up. And Luke Addison hammering in laps in first place. I think he's obviously going to hope to not come out in a lot of traffic, but he should be somewhere around here, 6th, 7th, 8th, so we'll see what happens. 25 minutes to go. Lewis and Vermeulen still going at it here. Oh no. And Junior McCall and Fenter. They've kind of got a little bit of a gap between them there. Morgan McCall on his drive back. He is in 19th and he is busy passing people. Let's just pop down here. Oh, he's right in the thick of traffic. And Morgan McCall now up into 18th. Goes past Kruger. Brandon Kruger. So Morgan going to try and see how far up the grid he can get and do damage limitation for that stop go 30. Speeding in the pit lane. Bego Krobler hits the top 10. So he's had a great race. Just up ahead you've got Vermeulen and Lewis still going at each other. This is a good dice here for 8th, 9th and 10th. And Brian Lewis really wanting to get past this big Bentley. Oh, Lewis looking to try and send one up the inside down the main straight. Now trying to do the undercut. He does get up alongside and the Bentley has the inside apex. Lewis backs off to try and do the undercut and go up the inside, and he's going up the inside. Is he far enough up? No, he's not. He falls back in line. You can see him trying to work it out. Definitely trying to make a plan. Vermeulen runs defensive, now moves over. And the three of them... Oh, Bego also having a look. McLaren in 10th place. And if he's not careful, behind him, Fenter is going to come and take that position away. And behind Fenter is, I think it's Morgan McCall. No, it's Junior McCall. So this is, wow. This is 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th positions. 5 cars here, all racing for position. Lewis again now trying to work it out as they come now up towards the final chicane. Going to try and make another undercut move happen. Gets a good drive and he's well up the side of the Bentley now. This could be his opportunity. He is level. They are side by side. Last of the late breakers. The Bentley breaks. Lewis breaks early and then does an undercut. Goes up the inside, as does Junior in the background. And what a pass. Lewis goes right over the nose of the Bentley. And he makes that pass stick. That was a great pass. Going to quickly just go and flick back and show you that on the replay, because that was some excellent driving. Yeah, they come through T1 and Lewis undercuts, gets a good drive up the side and then goes across the front to forcefully take that position, which he's entitled to. Good driving. Great stuff. So on we go with 21 minutes to go. They're on lap 38. And Lewis now going to extend, put some daylight between him and Vermeulen. McCall as well has gone past Fenter. Now it's Bego Krobler's turn, and he's now arrived on the back of Vermeulen. And he's also got Junior McCall that's trying to march his way up into the top 10. Sherritt still leading in second overall. He's in fact past Kadile, who's still got a pit. All pits late pitting from 7th place. Hey Tozi, I can't show you that on board. This replay system that I use is a buffering system in OBS software, so it allows us to see a replay without that huge delay happening in ACC. So you have to just bear with me. It's the view we see. That's what we can see again. Bago Krobler letting young Junior go through. He is going to be quicker, and we'll see now how Junior handles Vermeulen. I'm sticking with this bunch because this is a good dice happening here for these guys. I can't see any close deltas anywhere up or down the field at the moment, but I'll keep my eyes peeled. Here's Junior already up the inside, so he makes short work of that. Bago's trying to take advantage as well. Junior through, Bago Krobler. Oh, and there's a bit of contact and some more contact. Bago catches it and goes round. Oh, bad luck there, sir. So, oh, and then he gets hammered again. That helps him turn around, but I don't know how bad the car is now. And that car that hit him has also come off worse. There's the Bentley waiting for him. Oh, no. That was just... We're just going to go to Junior McCall, who's up the road, and not even watch that anymore. So, 8th place for young Junior McCall, all the way from 32nd in the space of an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 20 minutes. So, this is definitely the drive of the day. Again, I'm sure he's got one from me before, but the young man certainly knows how to do this the sport, and do it while he does. Sherritt goes into the lead. So, with 18 minutes to go, he kindly moves over and lets Morgan unlap himself. He's got no real time constraints or problems about anybody threatening him. And Morgan goes through and will carry on trying to climb back up the grid. Morgan 14th after getting an unfortunate stop-go. So Bruno Cadile leaving his pit until right at the end. He's literally got to be on fumes now, and I expect he'll be in either on this lap or close to this lap. Aston Martin looking to come past him there. Not sure who that is. It's not for position. So, yep, as Bertus says, Luke Addison, he is now fitted and he comes out and slots into 5th. I think he's essentially made a position up with Morgan's demise due to the issue he had. So, Luke Addison doing a great job. Tarek up into 4th. And that'll put Christian, there we go. As I said it, Cadile peels off into the pits. Let's see, make sure you stop here, stop. Wow, that looked very, very close to running through. We'll see what happens. So, he pits, and last man to still come in, Ryan Barrington Smith. And, yeah, he is. I'm sure he'll be peeling off now on this lap as well. If not this lap, the next. But that Audi's got to be on fumes. Does he brake? He does. He goes for another lap. So Luke Addison, he pushes through, and he'll go up into 4th place now. And I think that's going to be our top 5 as you see it on the screen. Sherritt, Deploy. Cadile's coming out the pits, so he's not there. Tariq Adam in 3rd. Luke Addison in 4th. And Brian Lewis in 5th place. Junior in 8th, well now 6th, 7th, let's get that right. So he's only 1.7 seconds off Brian Lewis, and pushing hard to still make up positions. So let's watch and see if he can get past. It's been a great drive by him. Lewis has also had an exceptionally good race tonight. Some good passes and overtakes happening, some good dices. And the light is going down. It's getting dark. So Kadile out of the pits and net 6th. So not too bad. Didn't lose too many positions. It's more or less where he was. I'm just looking back to see where they qualified. So it was Sherritt, Junior McCall, Christian Deploy, Morgan McCall, Tariq Adam, Lewis and Kadile. So Bruno was 7th quali and 6th, so pretty much a good clean race for him. Made up a position, he's good. Junior in 8th already. So with Ryan Barrington Smith still having to pit, that's going to promote these guys all up one, which will put Junior in a net 7th. So 33rd to 7th. That's not bad. 13 minutes to go, and he is closing in on the back of Lewis, so that position might even go to 6th. Jeez. When I grow up, I want to be Junior McCall. Rob, you got to tell him that. Radloff in 10th. Looking at the back of Sean Stradham's Aston Martin. So these guys aren't finished either. Lots of racing happening here. Oh, Morgan McCall. Looking at the back of Johannes Kralin. Oh, how did you all stop there? Wow. Hard on the brakes. Onto the start-finish line. It's Vermeulen from Kralin from Morgan. Morgan not too sure which way to go, but he's going. He's gone past Kralin, and he's now got to get Vermeulen. Looks left, looks right. Also trying to perform the undercut like Mr. Brian Lewis did earlier. He is up the inside. No, he's not. Pulls in behind the big Bentley. Off they go down the back straight, and it looks like Kralin still trying to come back at Morgan. Morgan now going up the outside of the Bentley. Oh, they go through the chicane side by side. That's good driving. Has Morgan got it done? Next chicane, and he does have the inside for this chicane. Oh, a little bit of bumpy, but looks like he's getting through there. And in the background, that's Jordan Sherritt, who's also flashing away. And Jordan comes through, so he's busy lapping these guys up to 11th place, as you can see. So Morgan up to 11th. Good drive back. Got a ways to go to get to Radloff, who's in 10th place. I don't think, I think Sherritt's going to just drive around behind him. I don't think he'll put another lap back on Morgan. He's going to leave him unlapped there. So Barrington Smith still hasn't pitted. With 11 minutes to go, he has driven 1 hour 30 minutes in that Audi, I think. He's got to be coming in now. Either that or he's carrying an extra gas tank in the passenger seat. If he doesn't go straight here now, then I give up. Okay, I give up. Yes, today. Another lap. That's amazing. Right, 10.5 minutes left. And Deploy not too far back of Sherritt, 12 seconds now. That gap was double that earlier. So I think Sherritt is just managing the gap backwards. Doesn't feel the need to go with the pace he was going, and he'll just manage the gap looking backwards towards Christian Deploy. Itozi Jr. talking about at least saying Junior's got some NOS in his car. So here he is. He's arrived at Mr. Lewis. And Brian Lewis has had an awesome race, and Junior's just marching forward, marching on. Goes through that chicane, and he's going to... He's got 9 minutes, just under 10 minutes to get past, and between you and me and everybody out there on YouTube, he's going to get past him. See comparatives between the Audi and the Mercedes. I expect it just to happen, but clearly Lewis is not going to just let him drive by. He's going to try and defend and hold his position. So I think and Fenter's got to drive through. So Paul Fenter's one too many times over that chicane or off track. I said earlier, I think Junior will get close to Lewis, 7th or 8th, and that's where it'll start getting a lot more difficult. So, but heck, from 32 all the way up to 8th. Well, make that 7th, because Barrington Smith still needs to pit. Oh, he's got a good drive on the Audi here. He's got a lift. By this time, try and do it cleanly and get a faster drive through the corner, the complex. Oh, Redloff does the same thing in 10th place. One too many wheels off track, and that's that. So that's going to then allow Morgan McCall back into the top 10. And Junior's wanting this position. He's going to want to get by here. And finally, Barrington Smith peels off into the pits with 7 minutes left of this race. Gee whiz. He did very well. Hey Josie, yeah, you kind of you're torn between these two drivers right now. I know you've been shouting a lot for for Mr. Lewis, but you've also been shouting a lot for young Junior. So now we're going to see what we're going to see with just under 7 minutes to go, and there's traffic up ahead. It's that corner there, I think, where guys have been abusing the track limits. The second part of that second chicane. Right, Junior's trying to work this out. You can see the slow marker up ahead, so he's going to get a double barrel slingshot here. Oh, Tino and Corby also gets a drive through. Yes, these guys have been naughty tonight. But then again, it is Zolder. It's I dislike this track. I can't be nice about it at all. I'm sorry. Right, they go past the back marker. And Junior's still going on. Here's they're lapping, putting another lap on the Bentley of Fenter. Or for Melon. Luke Addison and Tariq Adam picking up some great positions, up to 3rd and 4th now. Overall, Bruno 5th. And I don't think there'll be any change there. It's just this will be if there is going to be a change. Oh, and Junior gets a good drive here. Lewis feels the need to run defensive into the second chicane, and Junior goes up the side, has to brake and follow the line through the chicane. We got a good drive through there. And he's close into the hairpin. This looks like there's going to be a move. No, he doesn't. He brakes normally and pulls back in line behind Brian Lewis. Good racing here. Must say, I'm on the edge of my seat. These guys are both racing. Good, clean racing. Sherritt hits 50 laps, as does most of the field. 4.5 minutes left, and they come over for another lap. Lewis and Junior start their lap 50. Vega Krobler, who's down in 15th place and closing in on Vermeulen. I suspect there will possibly be some incident reports that will need to be dealt with that incident and a few others. So positions we shall see next week after all the incident reports have been cleared, and we go to the next round. Just quickly have a look at that while we're watching these guys. And again, Lewis struggles through there, and Junior comes right up next to him. He's outbraking him. He's going round him. That was a good clean pass. Oh no, Lewis, you can't do that. Come on, Junior, get going. And Lewis is waiting for him. Right onto the track. Nice clean re-entry. That's good by both of them. That is well done. Well done. Bruno Cordelia, however, inherited that position while these guys were recovering. So good stuff all round. Oh, Radloff, I saw him very close on the Delta to Vermeulen, and he has just gone past him. We missed it. Radloff's lights are not on yet. Oh, he's struggling for grip in the Lexus. So I think Vermeulen's going to maybe try and attack back. I'm going to go and have a look at... Yeah, this is the, I was right, this is the start of the second half of the season. Zolder, next week going to be interesting. We go to Alton Park, which is not a frequently raced on track. Part of the British DLC pack, and Alton Park's going to be a challenge for some of these guys, and also depending on what kind of weather they get. So we shall see. Right, 1 minute, just on a minute to go, and Jordan comes over, so he's going to go around for one more lap, I think. Yeah, obviously. Christian Duploy in second place. He comes over the line, so that gap is, what are we saying, 12 seconds between him and Sherritt. Tariq Adam, he heads for the line, and he's also, oh, and Brian Lewis gets a drive through. So Brian's also had one too many off-track excursions and gets a drive-through from 7th place. So that also then allows Morgan to come further up the grid, and he's going to finish a net 8th. Tariq goes through for 3rd. Luke Addison comes over the line for 4th, so good drive for them. Bruno Cadili up into 5th now with the dice between Junior and Lewis. And Lewis in that Audi, he's going to have to go straight through. He doesn't. He must have seen it, and he must know he's got to do it. He should have done it there, but he's going to keep on racing. And there's a BWR Aston Martin that he's going to just sit there and wait for Jordan to come around. So he's pretty much had enough, I think. Yeah, it was great racing to watch. These guys kind of handled that situation as best as they could. Ryan obviously was trying to come back on Junior and a little bit of contact, but so they lost one position. He did wait for Junior, which is what I expect to happen coming from our league, and it's the gentleman thing to do. So no real reason for Junior to lodge for that incident, but great drive back by the youngster. Jordan Sherritt, done, dusted, it's game over. Another W for him. Christian Deploy, he comes through, flashing away. Tariq Adam, he's in the pits already. Luke Addison, over the line. 4th, Bruno Cadile, he comes over for 5th. So we wait now for Junior. Here he comes. He's not going to do the drive-through. So he'll have to deal with that penalty as a time limit after the race. But there we go. Junior in for 6th place from 32nd. That was incredible. Ron Lewis in 7th, carrying a drive-through. Sean Straden coming, and he comes over in 8th. Morgan McCall with him. So Morgan gets a 9th place. It says 8th, but I think someone's disconnected already. So there we go, ladies and gents. It's done from Zolder in Belgium. A great evening's racing. Awesome to watch the youngster. Unfortunate for him going from qualifying 2nd to the back of the grid. And then everybody else who had some good dices all the way through. I've thoroughly enjoyed bringing the stream to you. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So thank you for joining me. I am going to say goodbye, good night, and I will catch up with you next week, Thursday, at Alton Park. So thanks very much to everybody, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week. Cheers from me.